What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well and hope you're keeping safe. Today is the day that we are going to watch 10 dangerous animals you should never touch in the world. So, further ado, if you do enjoy this video, please smash that thumbs up and subscribe button. And hope you have a fantastic day and hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let's go.
Touch. However, it might not actually be up to you. I'm talking about vampire bugs, also known as kissing bugs. These blood-sucking insects are typically found in the warm climates of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. But according to the CDC, they're invading the United States of America. As of 2019, the kissing bug has spread to at least 29 states, and this is straight from the CDC themselves. But at this point, you're probably wondering what's the big deal about a kissing bug? It sounds innocent enough, romantic even, right? Oh, so cute,
Yeah,
a
right.
kissing bug. But no, it actually isn't very innocent at all. The kissing bug got its name because it tends to bite people on their face and particularly around their lips. And they usually do it while you're sleeping. They should be called the no consent bug instead, the creeps. The big issue with these creatures is that they're able to transmit a parasitic disease called Chagas disease, and this can lead to gastrointestinal problems and cardiovascular complications.
Oh my god.
If you see one of these strange bugs, which kind of look like typical wood-eating beetles you would find in a forest, try not to touch them. You can carry them inside with you, and when you're not looking, they'll suck the blood from your lips and give you diseases you would want to put in a jar and take home with you. These bugs are fuzzy, and something about them just screams to be touched. However, you should seriously think twice before ever touching a puss moth caterpillar. They're one of the all-time greatest toxic caterpillars in all of North America. You can find these things all over the southern U.S., hanging out in the shade of trees, often around homes and schools. Their population peaks in the late spring and the late fall, and you can recognize them because of their long and oddly silky hair. They almost look like tufts of fur. The big danger behind the puss moth caterpillar is that if it rubs against your skin, it can embed venomous hairs into your flesh. And when this happens, you'll know pretty much right away. You'll have an intense throbbing pain, serious burning, and probably a rash. It is unlikely that you would die, but anything is possible when you touch the puss moth caterpillar, so don't even really think about it. In fact, don't touch any caterpillars at all if you find them outside. My neighbor was pruning some trees and a caterpillar fell into his eye. He was blind in that eye for quite a long time and ended up with permanent damage, so I'm not even really joking here. What about you? Have you touched a caterpillar? Anyone have a bad experience?
Have you guys touched a caterpillar before? I have. Yeah, I've recently had not recently. I've had a caterpillar on my hand and stuff, but wouldn't really thought it was like a venomous or anything poisonous. But now from this person who's telling us about dangerous animals or dangerous animals that are basically caterpillars, now I know for next time to not actually touch a caterpillar.
Experience with one, definitely let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn about more creepy critters, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Number 8. The hooded pitahui. The hooded pitahui is one of the only venomous birds in the world.
That is a very nice bird. Really nice. I like the orange. Nice.
Well, there isn't really much chance of you reaching out and accidentally touching any bird unless maybe it's a chick and you're standing in a chicken pen. It's still worth knowing about.
Unless they chase you. You get a chicken angry or something, they chase you. So funny.
Out and accidentally touching any bird unless maybe it's a chick and you're standing in a chicken pen, it's still worth knowing about this mysterious avian creature. First, they don't live in North America. They live mainly in the rainforests and tropical jungles of New Guinea. So actually, you probably have about zero chance of ever running into one. And that's a good thing too. The hooded pitahui is the first ever poisonous bird to be documented officially in any kind of scientific literature. There have been myths in the past about these kinds of birds, but this is the first one that has been documented.
What?
Some things to know. The bird is bright and gorgeous. It emits a very strange odor, and it's venomous because of its diet. The bird eats berries and insects, and many of the beetles that it eats are toxic. These toxic beetles then pass their poisonous properties into the bird, which itself becomes a vessel for toxicity. This is definitely not a bird you want pooping on your head, not that you'd really want any.
I've never knew since today that there's a poisonous bird before. Wow. Next minute it'd be like a bird that can breathe fire, a bird that, I don't know, shoots out lightnings from his eyes. Well, that'd be pretty stupid if you actually did that. Yeah.
Any bird pooping on your head, probably. Number 7, African Crested Rat. I might not need to warn anyone about this next creature, but I'm going to anyways. It's not like anyone is chasing rats down subway tunnels trying to pet them. Rats are arguably the most hated animal in any city on Earth.
That is true, and it's annoying when they have when you have your rats in the sewer or the loft or anything. It's just horrible, or even underneath the ground or the floor.
Except maybe cockroaches, and depending on where you live, maybe also raccoons. But there is one type of rat that you really need to stay away from. It's called the African Crested Rat, and it can poison you. The African Crested Rat has been discovered to chew the root of a very toxic tree, creating a sort of toxic paste in its mouth. It then takes the lethal mixture and licks its fur to make itself poisonous. According to an in-depth news report from the BBC, any animal that tries to attack the African Crested Rat is going to get a mouthful of very deadly poison. What's really interesting about this is that never before has this type of behavior been seen in a mammal. A researcher from the University of Oxford has said that this is one of the most extraordinary defenses of any animal living on Earth today. And so the lesson here is to never touch the African Crested Rat. And if for whatever reason you do, be sure you don't stick your hand in your mouth.
Yeah.
Number 6, Macaws. Anyone who has visited Thailand, India, Cambodia, or any of the surrounding countries has probably at least one experience with a macaw.
These are fuckers. These are fuckers. I just don't like them. I really don't like them. I really do not like them because they steal your stuff. They don't care about what you do. For instance, if you were taking a photo of them or something, like walking past them, they will steal something from your bag. Anything. They'll steal anything and do fuck off. They are nasty fuckers.
Macaw. These are arguably the worst monkeys in the entire world.
Oh yeah.
This is especially true in places like India and Thailand, where a constant flow of tourists has provided the monkeys with food and attention. But by absolutely no measure should you ever try and touch one of these savage little beasts. They are the absolute worst, and a single bite from even a small macaw can send you to the hospital needing to get tetanus shots and even rabies shots. A new story out of Thailand shows just how bad these evil little monkeys can be.
Yeah.
This ancient Thai city is literally overrun by monkeys, and most of them are whacked out of their minds on sugary junk food. Their population is also growing out of control. Witnesses inside the city claim that the excrement from the monkeys is everywhere, causing an unbearable smell in the wet season when it rains. Plus, the monkey menace is positively fearless, ruling the streets with their hairy monkey paws. And as a foreign tourist, these animals might look cute, but if you were to try and touch one, you might end up with an eye missing or your phone gone, or with a monkey drinking all of your beer.
There you go.
Number 5.
Evil
Black Widow
fuckers.
Spider. The black widow spider is not the most dangerous spider in the world, but it's definitely not something you want crawling across your hand. If you live in North America, especially in the northern parts, you don't really have too much to worry about dangerous spiders. The only one around is the black widow.
Yes.
And while it's
Black Widow, there are some in the UK and the United Kingdom. There are some Black Widows. I've actually seen one, actually 2 of them, in my back garden. It was, I was basically like chopping logs and stuff, and next minute this Black Widow came out of a log. It was huge. OMG, I shat myself. I had the axe and started just to whack it and just make sure it was basically dead. It was huge. It was horrifying as well.
Bite is not usually fatal. The pain is not something you probably want to deal with. According to poison.org, the bite from a black widow spider is painful immediately. Not only is there pain, but there's severe pain. Your muscles can cramp, and sometimes you might even need anti-venom so you don't suffer more than necessary.
It doesn't make you be Spider-Man, so just to let you know, do not let any spider bite you. It's not going to make you Spider-Man. It's really not. Really not. Just don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
The good news is that the black widow spider is very easy to spot.
Yeah.
Even if you're a weirdo
no.
who likes going out in the garden and playing with spiders, you should probably be able to identify the black
sorry for keep pausing. I don't understand why people keep as pets as tarantulas. It's just, oh, it's horrifying. Why would you keep a massive spider that is so huge and hairy in your room? Why? Why would people do that? Snake? I don't know why people do that with snakes. But a spider? No, just no.
Widow immediately by its round abdominal section and the red hourglass markings on its butt. On a scuba suit and swimming around in the water, you're probably the kind of person who would touch a strange sea animal. While some marine creatures aren't harmful at all, some are better left alone. In particular, the moray eel is something you should not only never touch, but that you should never put your hand anywhere near. These are the largest of the eel species, and they're horrifying. The biggest problem with bumping into a moray eel while scuba diving or snorkeling is that they're basically blind. They aren't very aggressive, but they can't see very well. This means that even if the moray eel doesn't want to attack you, if you put your hand anywhere near this sea serpent's mouth, it's going to bite anyways, and that's one painful bite. You will need to get medical attention very quickly, as the bite from a moray eel can cause a very dangerous infection. According to some people who have been bitten by the fish, the moray eel delivers one of the most painful bites of any fish in the ocean. Experts believe this is because of the pullback pattern, or the way the fish's teeth are arranged inside of its mouth. When it bites, it also rips. The moray eel has a secondary set of jaws, kind of like the monsters from the Alien movies actually. When it bites, you can bet it's gonna hurt. Number 3, sea urchins. There are species of sea urchins.
I just got to make sure I just don't get bitten. I really got to make sure I don't get bitten. Sea urchins. Just going to tell you about this. They are fuckers. They are painful, painful fuckers. I tell you this. Basically in Spain, where I usually go on holiday, and I love scuba diving, I love snorkeling, and I love exploring the deep blue and just enjoying, like, just being above the water and just seeing underneath, think, oh, it's so beautiful. But once I jumped off a rock to go into the sea, as I jumped in, on the bottom there was one of these fuckers, like a big one, and my foot standed on. Oh my god, the pain! And those, like, you see these here, all these, some of them were stuck in my foot. Horrifying to get out. Just pulling. Oh, it's just it's horrifying. Make sure when you ever go on holiday, do not, and I mean do not, step on one of these, because they hurt like a fucker. Sorry for swearing, but yes, they hurt like a bitch.
In every ocean on the planet, from the hottest tropical waters to the most frigid Arctic waters. While at first glance an urchin might seem like an inanimate object you could pick up and take home with you, you should by no means ever touch one of these sea creatures. First, they're not inanimate objects. They look like spiky rocks, but sea urchins are living. They eat organic matter on the floor of the sea. They have a mouth at the bottom of their shell, and their anus is at the top of the shell. So if you ever pick up a sea urchin, you might accidentally stick your thumb in its butt. As if you needed another reason not to touch a sea urchin, you could also be stabbed by them. Sea urchins are covered in spines and are sharp enough to penetrate your boots, your wetsuit, and definitely your skin.
It hurts.
The spines are made of the same sort of calcium carbonate that makes up eggshells. However, the spines on the sea urchin are hollow, almost like needles. They can easily stick through your skin and cause an aggressive amount of pain. Depending on what type of sea urchin you were silly enough to pick up and how many spines punctured your skin, you could be in for a brief spell of pain, or you could be rolling around on the sand screaming for hours with partial paralysis. Number 2, sea wasp. Nobody would ever advise anybody to touch a jellyfish. This is especially true if you don't know one jellyfish from another.
Alright, so I'll tell you another story about jellyfish. So, me and the family were snorkeling. So we decided to basically go around a rock, basically this big boulder of rock, which is pretty cool. It was like an under the water cave. And I thought, oh, it's so cool, let's have a look. So, as we went round, there was an army, and I mean 10 to 15 of these, just swimming around, and I was shitting myself because I was thinking, okay, we are one, going to get stung, or two, it's going to be painful. So basically so for instance, let's say this is like the rock, and basically we're swimming around it, and as we got to this part here, it was like these jellyfish, like basically all around the rock, on the other side. It was terrifying. I'll tell you now, I swum so fast that I've never swum. And what I'm trying to say is, like, I swam so fast that I was so scared, really, really scared of these things. Once you hit the top, it's fine because they won't hurt you. But once you hit the tentacles, OMG, you have to make sure someone pisses on your foot or pisses on your hand or pisses wherever you get stung. You've got to make sure someone pisses on you, and it's horrifying. Just don't. Yeah. Be careful when you go scuba diving or when you go snorkeling. Be careful when you see these, and also sea urchins as well.
They're not all dangerous, but the ones that are dangerous are way too dangerous to play around with. The most venomous of all the jellyfish is the box jellyfish. But out of all the various species of box jellyfish, the sea wasp is the worst of them all. The sea wasp has venom so potent and so powerful that in some cases it can kill a human in just 3 minutes.
What?
The sea wasp may have a small body, but it has roughly 60 tentacles that reach about 10 feet. Each of the tentacles is covered with unique stinging cells that can zap you multiple times before you even realize what's going on. As a general rule of thumb, keep your hands and feet away from any translucent jelly-like creature that's swimming in the ocean.
See, look. Let's go back. So, for instance,
translucent jelly-like creature that's
we were like swimming in the cave, and this is basically, let's say it was me. I was swimming like this, and I kid you not, it was all of these jellyfish. All of them were basically round that bend. Oh my god, I shat myself. I was thinking, okay, we need to get out of here really quickly. It was scary.
Swimming in the ocean, and if you see a sea wasp, swim away very quickly. Number 1, tigers. Touching a tiger is not a good idea.
They are very cute. Tigers are very cute. I've seen like the cubs and stuff on what's the guy who talks about the planet? That's it, the planet. Something Planet 2 or something? Yeah. As he talks about the tigers, I mean, they are very cute. They are like adorable. You see the paws and everything, but when you see the big monster, it is crazy. Who's that guy on Instagram who's friends with the tigers? I mean, check his Instagram out. He is so cool. Like, I mean, friends with actual tigers. So cool.
Even if you find yourself in some exotic place where they have seemingly docile tigers roaming around that you can touch, you still may want to think twice. While most of the time nothing bad will happen in a tiger sanctuary with trained professionals, every now and again something does go wrong. Just a couple years ago, while on a trip to Thailand, a British university student decided to touch a young tiger at an extremely popular tourist attraction. The tiger that she touched was quite small, but then a giant 400-pound tiger came out of nowhere and bit her on the leg. Workers from the tiger temple quickly jumped in and got between her and the apparently hungry animal, and she was quickly dragged to safety. However, it took over 8 weeks for her to recover from being mauled by the giant cat.
God.
Even after returning home to North Yorkshire, the Daily Mail reported that she could still not walk without aid. The doctors said her scars from the incident would likely never heal. The point is that you probably shouldn't touch tigers of any kind in any setting, whether it seems safe or not.
Well, hope you learned something here today. If you did, that's fantastic. Please smash up that thumbs up and subscribe button. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what else basically World List actually has for me to watch. So yeah, hope you have a fantastic day and hope you have a fantastic week. I know it is a beautiful day today. I think what's the temperature today? It's 25 degrees. It's gonna be hot. Oh god. I'm not a sun person. I'm more of a rain guy. I like the rain. But the sun, yeah, it's okay. It's nice to get a tan and stuff, but yeah. Hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you're enjoying it. And hope you have a fantastic week and enjoy the weather. Just enjoy the weather. Go out with your friends, get pissed, have a good time. Might as well. Beautiful day. Coronavirus free soon, so take care guys. Hope you have a great week. Goodbye.
My way.